Look at that bird fly across the screen.
With such grace.
It is.
Such majesty. Oh,
Can I have the glasses cleaner?
Yes.
Hi, everyone. Good morning.
Did you know that this is all
Wrong.
wrong?
It is all wrong. Could I what?
You don't know how to do it.
I don't know how to do what.
You don't know a lot of the things. It's fine.
I mean, you're not wrong.
I know. Hold on.
Something stuck to my glasses.
I really should teach you how to do some of these things. It would make so many parts of my life so much easier. Could you look here?
Yeah, I can look there.
Thanks. Thank you. That's wonderful. Okay.
You good now?
I'm good.
Good.
I hadn't had a chance to change the framing since Mark and Rhonda were here. There we go. Cool. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Thursday. Yeah.
Look what we found.
What did we find?
The eggnog mug.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's been a few little things in the house
That happened.
Mm-hmm.
Things happened.
One of the things is that before Mark and Rhonda left, Mark got the coffee
Bar shelf.
Just the shelf that sits over the coffee bar that we used to have all of our mugs on. He got that up, which is good because we haven't had any place to actually put the coffee mugs. So
we've been living off like 4 coffee mugs, which is fine for
like
just
10,
us.
But yeah, 10 is actually a very small number compared to the amount that we had.
Yeah.
So finally, we have this back out. This is still in the store for the next 2 weeks? A little over 2 weeks for the month of December. I do have coffee in that. I do not. I do not have eggnog.
There's no eggnog in the house right now.
We did have some earlier in the month because you already had some. Mm-hmm. Mal really likes eggnog, and I am a hot chocolate boy. So the rivalry that is on your screen also happens in real life. You can make your own, Chaz says. I do. We just buy it at the store.
Chaz making something from scratch is wild.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's not super,
you can
super
just buy
wild.
it.
I mean, yeah. There's a sense of pride and accomplishment from creating your own thing, though, right? So, like, can you put hot chocolate in eggnog? Can you make like hot chocolate, can you make chocolate eggnog? That's what I'm trying to say.
Maybe.
I think it would probably work. Like you would just do eggnog, but you would add like cocoa powder or something.
It might not dissolve.
Well,
Hello, kitty.
You know. Probably, but should. I mean, it's not the worst idea, right? Like there's definitely ideas that are objectively less good. Sorry, I don't think I tweeted on Tuesday either, so I'm gonna tweet that the stream is live, running just slightly behind this morning. I'm gonna search for...
Welcome, Simply Kate. Good morning, first time at breakfast stream live. Been a silent lurker for 10 years.
Now's the time. The 10-year timer is run out, and it's like, okay, now it's time to...
We have a special breakfast today, too.
We actually do. Do you want to tell them?
Yeah, so we went to H Mart. We took my dad and Rhonda to H Mart, and my dad used to be produce manager at a grocery store for a long time. And he's very opinionated about many things, but the grocery store in particular, he could not say enough good about H Mart's produce. Like, it was really weird to me to hear that much good praise about the produce. So we went to H Mart, and these were from the bakery. And this one is like cranberry apple something, and this is red bean paste.
What Mal is trying to say is that you know, when you get older, sometimes you complain about things a little bit more often. But the inverse of that is if you hear someone who does that praise things, you're like, oh wow, like they really like this, and it's true. He really, really, really liked H Mart.
Yeah.
Because there's a food court in the H Mart, and we ate in the food court, and he really loved the food court, and then we looked at the produce, and he was just really, really impressed. But he also, you know, ran grocery stores for a long time.
We've replaced everyone's presents with Tiny Eddie's oversized mad shortbread.
Presents. I'd like some oversized mad shortbread.
We got 1,000 bits from Aldo. It says, there are definitely things objectively worse than chocolate eggnog. For example, this good old Eddie. Oversized mad shortbread. Is it created by someone who was angry when they were baking?
Yeah. You can taste it.
You can taste. Oh my God! If you could taste anger in baking, that would be not good. That would be very bad. But then maybe if you could taste the anger, maybe you can also inversely taste like love.
Yeah.
Like if you would have to hire like nothing but grandmothers.
What about me cooking for you?
Oh no! I mean, you also love.
Okay, you mean at the factory?
Yeah, I was like a bakery. Like at a bakery, you know, if you just want people there that love, and that, you know, who emits more love per second than a grandmother. Right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
1 second. Go ahead.
Also, it's oversized, so it's very, very low. I wouldn't mind having some shortbread. We had 22 months from Larry C, 24, 27 from Aunt Dawn, 43 from Harm NTG, 24 from Lavender Cats. Congrats on the 2. 26 months from Cock 9, 49 from Quack Team James, 22 from Real Moist Pony. 50 months from JR Brandon, 15. 33 months from Josh R2D2, 23 months from Jamie K7, 34 from Back in Red, 32 from Retro Remedies, 51 from Tachi Gamer 96, 32 from Just KJB, 26 from Quill in the Stars, 19 from Musiko Swan, 32 months from Gamer Girl Life 2108, 41 from Gold Mage 162, 33 from Adrian Kell. Thank you all. Welcome back.
Thanks.
We got 500 bits from Tokeno. It says, I have my driver's test today and I'm a bit nervous. Do you have any tips and good vibes? So first off, good vibes.
Good vibes.
Tips.
I was told to be very obvious about what I was doing. So don't just like turn your head and look a little bit, even though you can see. You really need to like crank your shoulders too so they know you're looking. Even though that's not how you would normally do it because you can still see by just turning your head enough.
Exaggerated movements?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, narrate your actions, says Spin a Trap. Honestly, I mean, like, I didn't do that, but that I don't even feel like that would necessarily be a problem. I mean, specifically if you're trying to do something that, like, you want to make sure that the instructor knows about.
Yeah.
That the tester knows about. I don't think it wouldn't be terrible to do that, at least for like a few things. To be like, all right, so I'm gonna do this thing, you know, because of this. And they'd be like, oh, okay, good.
The only thing I struggled with was I was driving my mom's Prius when I did my driver's test, and I didn't know anything in her car because I hadn't driven it before. I had only driven the driver's ed car.
Yeah, I mean...
And so, like, I should have, like, played around with all the switches and stuff before because, like, they were like, okay, turn on the lights. And I turned on the brights. And they're like, okay, now turn on the brights. And I was like, oh, wait. And then I had to turn on regular lights and then show them I could turn on the brights.
Really, when that happens, you can just be like, sorry, I'm just practicing for every time in my life I will rent a car. And that would probably get a chuckle. Because that's exactly how it is when you rent a car. Is you get into the car and you're like, you just sit there for like 5 minutes before you pull out, and you're just like, okay, all right. That's exactly what it is. Anyway, yeah. Otherwise, you probably do fine.
Yeah.
And I think, and I don't say this to like frighten you, but this is like an honesty thing. Since you don't know who is going to be giving you the test, to a certain extent, you just kind of have to go with the flow, because there are going to be people in life that give the test that are like super chill and they get it, and they're just like, yeah, okay, you clearly did it. And there's going to be other people that have a stick shoved so far up their bums that they're going to be really nitpicky about every little thing. So you don't really know, unfortunately, so you just kind of have to just do your best and understand that if you get stick guy, then you got stick guy. And it's not really anything to do. Anyway, I wish you well, though. I sincerely wish you well. My driver's test was actually pretty chill.
Mine was too.
So, hopefully, I hope for everyone, honestly. Did you mean toot-hole? I did mean toot-hole. Mine was really chill. The experience was actually pretty good. I got to drive, the car that I had been driving.
Yeah.
For months, as I had been practicing and stuff. So, yeah, it was good. It was a good one. We got 300 bits of Platinum Pikachu. Says, so according to the Twitch recap thing, I am in the top 1% of chatters here, and also earned over 120,000 cups. Also, Duckface was my third most used emote. Make of all of that what you will. It's been a great year. Yeah, let me use this opportunity to say thank you to everyone, because I've seen a lot of people posting on social media their Twitch recap, and I'm getting tagged in it, and I appreciate you. It's been really cool to see so many folks that are like, hey, I watched the Twitch streams this year, and we appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
I did not get one.
You did not get one?
No. Does it come to your email?
It should, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get one.
Or you can log in and it might tell you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really appreciated being, because it tells you like your top 4. And like I was in so many people's top 4. We were in one for a lot of folks too.
Yeah.
And I also saw that Good Vibe, like for what I saw, like Duck's a good one. I like Duckface. But I think Good Vibes is probably the top emote for most of the Twitch recaps I saw.
Thanks, Chaz. Chaz has the direct link.
Okay, so folks can go check that out. A lot of folks use Good Vibes, like, kind of around the Twitchosphere. So it makes me happy, because I feel like it's like, oh, that's a good emote that's getting a lot of use, not just here, but like, elsewhere. So I'm glad that folks are enjoying that. But yeah, thanks for watching this year. I appreciate it. And I gotta tell you, this has been a very odd year in terms of our lives. It's probably been the most hectic year of our lives. And despite all of that, we continued to keep up with our Tuesday, Thursday, Friday streams.
Uh-huh.
And next year we have plans to add additional days with additional streams. So I'm looking forward to that. 2022 was good, but 2023 for on Twitch is going to be even better. So anyway, all right. 25 months for Macintosh PC. 300 bits from Slick Duke, who says, have you ever had to plan something that you were invited to? Last night, I went to go see Lights with my cousins. Was told last minute to find a place for everyone to eat, and then was directing them to houses. Felt like a clown. Yes. Actually, that happened to me a lot in high school, and then it followed me a little bit outside of high school too, because I typically was like the planner for things whenever I was in high school. I think I've told the story before, but was it 10-year high school reunion?
I don't remember.
I think it was my 10-year high school reunion. It was the person that's supposed to do that.
The class president
is supposed to be the class president.
Yeah.
And as the thing for this was drawing closer, people were like, "Hey, you're gonna do that, right?" And I'm like, "No." They're like, but you'll do it." And I was like, "No." And then it got closer and closer, and everyone was like, "You'll do it?" And I was like, No. And I didn't do it, and there ended up being nothing planned. And then within, it was like a few days left. Mm-hmm. They decided to just like meet at a restaurant. I didn't go, but yeah, that was an interesting situation where like the whole class, right, is invited to a 10-year reunion, but then I was told to plan it, and I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. And like I told them that like months ahead, and then it kept getting closer, and everyone kept being like, "So you're planning that, right?" And I was like, "No, I'm not doing it." And then eventually it was just like, you just want to meet at Denny's at 8 p.m.? And I was like, I'm not going.
And you had a small class, so it's not like...
I mean, that's irrelevant. That has no relevancy to the story.
I think it does, because my 10-year reunion, they only invited some people and not other people.
That's a different problem.
Because we had 250.
That is a different problem.
And it was, my class president didn't plan it either. He's busy trying to maybe someday become president. So...
What?
Someone else did it in the
of
class
the
government.
United States?
Yeah, that was like his dream forever.
And
And like he's still following that path. Like he was the kid who's like, I want to be president someday, and then like that continued into high school, and then he's still following that path to do that someday.
Yeah, that's what Kitchen A is saying what I'm thinking. I'm like, I don't know if I trust anyone who wants to be president. Like there's certainly like paths for that.
Yeah.
Like I'll say traditional paths for that.
I can't remember.
But anyone that's like, I would like to be president, I'm like, no. How about picking like a different job? 30 bits from Nunshoes. It says, good morning. Requesting good vibes because I just applied to grad school. I'm hoping to go to UW-Madison for library science.
Madison.
Gonna need some scholarships and stuff so I can afford to live there, though.
Yeah, it's an expensive town.
Library science. Nice. Madison is the one that Mal didn't go to.
No. It's hard to get into Madison.
But there's also a bunch
Carly
of the
tried.
UW,
I did not try.
UW schools.
Yeah, but not all of them have library science.
But you also went to 2 schools.
Yeah.
And Haley went to 2 schools.
Well, I went to one undeclared. And then once I decided,
yeah.
mine didn't have it.
Yeah.
But all of the UW...
Which is a bummer.
The University of Wisconsin schools are connected. So, like, you can start at one pretty easy and go to another, and everything is supposed to transfer really easy.
Yeah. And Madison is one of the ones in the hashtag 2 schools.
Actually, my mom's youngest sister studied abroad. And
Yeah.
she went to Stevens Point for a semester so she could do their study abroad program because Madison didn't have the one she wanted to go to because she was at Madison.
Do they have like a series of schools or something abroad that are that they
Yes.
work with? And yeah.
And some are,
Yeah.
like, she wanted to do a particular program, and You just be like, oh, now I'm going to Point for the semester, so I can go to Germany or wherever it was.
You know, SCAD has a
Campus in somewhere?
A campus in
Hong Kong?
No. Well, maybe. They might. I think they have that too, but I was thinking
they have one in France, yeah.
Yeah. SCAD actually has it's a small campus, right? And it doesn't have all of the classes, but it has some classes in France. And I believe maybe Hong Kong as well. And when you're at SCAD, you can attend that school one semester while you're there at no additional cost. Like I think you have to like fly there yourself, right?
Yeah.
But like the tuition doesn't change to take one of your, they're not semesters, they're quarters, to take one of your quarters in France. And
I wish I would have studied abroad. I was actually considering going to Poland before I transferred schools. But then I met you and I didn't want to. It was also expensive. And I needed to start on my actual classes for my major because I had decided.
I mean, like I said, I had the opportunity, and Dan had the opportunity, and Alex had the opportunity to go to France, and like we didn't do it. But also, we didn't do it because like I think we wanted to be around each other.
Yeah. And
we would not have been able to have done that. Because like the classes that we needed that would have been over there.
Bye, Haley. See you later.
Bye, Haley. Chile, also because you didn't speak French. I mean, the classes and stuff, like they would have been in English. Obviously, like being in France,
you would have had to pick up some French.
Yeah, but it would not have been my first time in France either. You know, I had been in France before, just not to live. So it was something that was not particularly of interest to me. Although in general, I think traveling abroad is good. Anyway, that's a long tangent. You're welcome. 32 months from High Rules Dawn. Gamer Girl Life gifted a sub to Haley. Appreciate it. And 300 bits from Radio Dread, who said, clown test.
I also want to get some...
Apparently there was a new clown today.
I also want to get some good vibes in chat for Carly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because she'll see this later, I know.
Hey, Carly. Are we giving any more information than that?
I don't know. I didn't ask her if I could.
Okay. That's fine.
She's fine.
Yeah, she's fine and will be fine.
Yeah.
She just there's a thing happening today, and good vibes would be helpful for that, so. Good vibes, Carly.
She'll be in chat probably over winter break.
Coffee!
Almost certainly. We got 300 bits from M. Tappet, who says, 2023 is a big year coming up. I'm getting my doctorate in special education and preparing to leave school forever. I'm also on the autism spectrum, and while this is a major accomplishment in my life, I still have a lot of other challenges that others may not have. Need all good vibes, please. Good vibes to you. And also, huge accomplishment.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Doctorate's incredible.
Huge accomplishment. And this is something that I suffer with a lot, and you know, I think others here suffer with this too, where sometimes you are so focused on what is ahead that you forget everything that you've already done. Like, you forget all of your accomplishments. So, especially for you, don't forget how far you've come, because a doctorate in special education is huge. So take a moment sometime soon to like really sit and reflect on the years of education and the work that you've put in to give yourself a pat on the back. And I really hope that everyone does that to some degree. Again, that's something that I continue to struggle with, where I'm like, Mao, look, I got like all this stuff left to do. And Mao and often Chaz have to be like, hey, but what did you do? And I'm like, oh, actually a lot. So that's a helpful thing. It's a helpful thing. Anyway, continued good vibes. Also, the feeling of leaving school forever, especially after having been in school for such a long time, like.
We were talking about that yesterday a little bit.
Yeah.
Like when you leave school, you're like, oh, I don't have to go to classes anymore. And there's kind of a little bit of time where you're in shock over that. Of, what do? I don't have a paper to write.
Yeah, we had lunch yesterday with a friend that we know who is in town picking up his brother who goes to school here and taking him back home. So it was him and his brother, and we were. I hope not scaring him.
Oh, I don't think
too
so.
much. We were talking about like life after college and things like that, and specifically how weird it is to like when you first make that transition into like real life. If you've been in the education system for ever, like if you do 12 years of school and then you do another 4 years of school, like you've been in school
4 and then maybe 2 and then maybe more.
If you've done extended education, you've been in school for 16 years or whatever, like when you first get out of that, there's a sense of inertia because you've just been like education, and all of a sudden it stops and you're like, yeah, what do I do? You feel briefly very lost, but it's good. It's mostly good. So. Oh, also, M. Tepid says, thanks, Stephen. Hope to do so over Christmas. Okay, cool. Yeah. Reflecting on accomplishments is big. And I hope everyone gets a chance to spend time doing that.
Coffee!
Also from M. Tepid says, oddly enough, I do have a postdoctoral opportunity at the Weizmann Center at the University of Wisconsin in Madison.
That's cool. I think I know someone there doing something with that same field, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Is that
last I heard? Normally he contacts me every Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving.
That's I know who you're talking about. Yeah, I've met him.
Every Thanksgiving on Thanksgiving he checks in on me. I didn't hear from him the last 2 years, but last I heard, I think that's where he was.
Yeah, super nice guy too.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce that? Weizmann?
I believe so.
Oh.
I didn't ever spend a lot of time in Madison.
Okay. Yeah, I think it's been very interesting for me to have grown up in the Southeast and spending, my time continues to be spent in the Southeast, but like I have all of this vague
Wisconsin knowledge.
Yeah, like and I think anyone.
I mean,
who
that's
has,
how I feel about like where your parents are from.
Yeah,
I have like vague knowledge of that.
Yeah, it's interesting because like anyone, especially if you have either a close friend or a spouse or some other relationship where they're from a different area, like you start getting this extra knowledge and like you don't even know it all very well. So there's just things I know. It's like being in the tech industry and knowing buzzwords. It's like I know all of these Midwestern buzzwords and towns and things like that, but how much do I actually know? It's like, well, not enough. I only just recently learned about meat raffles, so I'm still learning.
So did Chaz.
Yeah.
That's not something they do where Chaz is from.
Yeah. It's like, and that's the other thing is that there's differences in like regions within the region, because like where Chaz is, that counts as the Midwest.
Yeah.
But that Midwest is a little different from Minnesota Midwest, so yeah, a meat raffle.
Well, it's when you go to a supper club and they have a meat raffle. You buy a ticket and you might win some meat.
Chaz says there's Midwest and then there's the frozen North. They do things different there. I mean, Midwest is probably very general.
Maybe you just win some brats, or maybe you just win like a chicken.
From what I understand, meat raffle is very specifically Minnesota. It has leaked out into other places, right? Like Wisconsin and surrounding areas, probably Michigan. But like
the UP.
Them Upers.
Not mainland Michigan.
But it is exactly what it sounds like. It is a raffle for meat. It's a raffle for meat, and it usually takes place in
a bar.
In a bar
or a supper club.
But this Penguin Frog points out we had a couple things like that at various fire departments or VFWs.
That's the kind of place.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we're gonna go down to the woodsman of the world.
When we were at the rehearsal dinner for Carly's wedding, where we had it, they were having a meat raffle that night.
Yeah.
It was great.
So, yeah, it was a different experience. It was fun to be at that. It was the rehearsal dinner.
Yeah.
And a bunch of Carly's friends were standing around talking, and I walked up, and we were talking about, really we were talking about things that I didn't know because I wasn't from the Midwest, and it was very entertaining for all of them, because they're like, oh, do you know about this? And I'm like, no. They're like, do you know about that? And one of the things was the meat raffle, and like everyone took a turn explaining one fact about the meat raffle, or a meat raffle they had been to. And I was like, okay. It seems a little horrifying to me, because generally the meat is just like out.
Only for a little bit, and then you go put it in your car where it's 15 below.
It's out for longer than a little bit. I'm just like, it's fine. It's totally fine. We have 51 months from Hi Ryu, 25 months from R2 to the A2 to the N, R to the A to the NDA.
You normally don't.
I
get
normally
that wrong.
don't get that one. I've also tripped over multiple words this morning.
Yeah.
So who knows what my
Gotta
brain
get
is.
that caffeine in you.
Is that it? I don't know. 500 bits from River Styx, who says, I'm still adjusting to life after high school. Holidays feel so much more impactful and vivid, and it's so nice. That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. I think to a certain degree, it applies after high school too, right? Anytime you have that inertia from any education, or to an extent doing anything in your life, if you were doing a major career change, you'd feel the same way. Like, you're so used to just, like, you already know what's coming up next. And if you don't have that, then to a certain degree, you do get to enjoy things a little bit more. So I'm glad for you. I'm glad that you get to feel like the holidays have more impact. That's cool. We got 14 months from RoboBear. Thank you. Also, were we going to eat these things?
Yeah.
I'm almost done with my coffee.
Okay, well, let's eat them. Which one do you want to try first?
And I definitely cannot eat these without
I
coffee.
voted this one.
Like, I'm actually a little worried that I won't be able to eat these because I have drank all my coffee. It's fine. It's fine. I would attend a donut raffle. So what is that? Mal bought these at H Mart.
There's cream cheese.
Okay.
And cranberry.
Okay.
And apple.
Where's the apple? Okay. All right.
I was gonna eat half and then give you the other half.
This is red bean paste?
Uh-huh.
Right. I will probably have strong feelings about this.
This one's good. You'll like this one.
All right. I don't really care for red bean paste.
I know.
Like,
Oh, that's really chock full of it, too.
correct. Like, it's...
Oh, that's heavy.
It's not... Like, in the scheme of things, it's not like, oh, hatred. It's not... I don't hate it, but, like, I don't like it, you know?
I don't like it chunky. I want it smooth. And this is pretty smooth.
I just... Bean... The texture of bean is so strongly associated for me with, like, Mexican cuisine that when I bite into that, my brain just is like, you are eating refried beans, and it's a savory texture to me, and I cannot associate it with sweet. It just doesn't. My brain does not like it. But I have a bunch of weird things about like texture, right? And I can't. And it's not bad. It's just like I don't want to eat it. You know, if I was at a fancy dinner party and I was going to offend the host by not eating red bean paste something, like I could do it. But if I'm in my own home, I don't want to.
Your mom wants to know what red bean paste is. So it's a very specific type of bean called adzuki beans. And they're different. They're like sweeter. And then they tend to like cook them and blend them up with sugar, and then they put it in pastries and stuff. When I made the strawberry things, some of them had the red bean paste on them. That's what that was.
Yeah. Radio Dread says, hasn't she had it in Ichigo Daifuku before? And yes. So, Mom, you have tried that. I don't know that you liked it.
No, she didn't.
Probably not. But, yeah, it's, the best way to explain it is imagine that you had refried beans, but they were sweet. That's like the best way I can explain it. That's not a one-to-one thing, because it's not the same type of bean, but it's sweet bean paste. And it's not disgusting. Like, I don't think anyone would eat it and be like, oh god, this is just, it's not disgusting. It's just texturally, I don't care.
You don't like it.
Yeah. But I love refried beans.
Now a new festive holiday wrapping. Tiny Eddie's Ocean Jackal Jelly.
It's got a good mouthfeel. Ocean Jackal Jelly.
I don't know jackals were in the ocean.
Anything could be in the ocean. It's got the repeating double syllables. That's really fun. Fun to say, not fun to eat. 1,000 Bits from Gamer Girl Life says, Tiny Eddie looks like Steven doesn't like his donut. What should he have instead? Ocean Jackal Jelly.
How's that one?
It's fine. I mean, like, you bought two things. Like, it's not like one of these was mine.
Oh yeah, you didn't pick either of these out.
Yeah, because if I would have had a choice, I would have picked something that, like, I liked. Instead, Mal picked both and ate both.
You were in the bathroom. What was I supposed to do?
I mean, you probably could have picked one out that you knew I liked, but they weren't for me, right? So, like, that's probably why they were for you. They were both for you. You shared your things is a better way of putting it, right?
No.
I mean, you know what I like, so, like, you could have gotten something that, like, I like.
Listen. They didn't have a whole lot.
Listen. They didn't have a whole lot, so instead of trying to find you something that you would like, I just got two things I would like, and you can have a bite of things that you don't like. What's the problem with that? Merry Christmas. It's for you. It's from me. It's for me. I'm taking it back now. You down with OJJ? Ocean Jackal Jelly.
Bring holiday cheer to the office with Tiny Eddie's innovative Emerald Chewies.
That would be innovative.
Chewy emeralds.
I mean, emeralds are hard. So if they find a way to make them chewy, that counts as innovation. Listen, I know innovation when I see it. 1,000 Bits more turtle. I want to learn to make ginger chutney for my...
Chutney.
Chutney. Is it chutney?
It's chutney.
Also, what is chutney?
It's like a jam.
Okay. I've seen that word, but I don't believe I know what it is.
Yeah, it's there's jam and jelly and
Wait a minute.
marmalade.
Yeah.
Chutney is in that family of...
But why do we have all of these words for the same... Well, it's not the same, right? Jam and jelly and marmalade and preserve and chutney and what other ones? Like, a lot of these things are actually different.
See, I feel like...
So chutney is Indian.
Yeah, I feel
so
like
here's
chutney
a question.
is usually savory. But I
Oh,
feel
it's
like,
savory.
I feel like some of them aren't savory, though.
Just call them all slaw. Eddie does. Interesting. Okay, so I want to learn to make ginger chutney for my girlfriend. Eddie, what do you think pairs with it besides dosa?
Emeralds.
Chewy emeralds. Chewy emeralds. Is ketchup a chutney? Yes! Yes, right? Savory jam? I don't know what counts as chutney.
The difference between jam, jelly, preserves, compote, marmalade, and chutney. Chess. Is it chess?
It went in my nose. It went into my nose. My eyes are burning. Chaz wrote, "Are pickles dead?"
Do you need to leave for a minute?
No, I'm good. God.
I think we just witnessed
I read that. My brain was like, "That's funny." And my mouth was like, "I should spit." And I was like, "No." And I slammed the brakes on it so hard that the coffee that was in my mouth went into my sinuses. I could smell coffee in my brain. And then I had to suck the coffee out. All right. Sorry. Are pickles dead? It's very funny. It's still funny. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right.
I have a cheat sheet.
Oh, about the...
Yes. So jelly.
Jelly.
Juice and sugar. Fruit juice and sugar.
Also, can you start by listing what's on this list?
Jelly, jam, chutney, preserves, marmalade, compote.
And that's all of them.
Yeah, that's all of them.
Probably.
Yeah. Okay.
And they're all different.
They're all different.
Okay, well this
So,
is, everyone gets to learn something
Jelly
this
is
morning.
just the juice and sugar, because it takes the pectin and the sugar to make it the consistency. So that's jelly.
Okay.
Jam is chopped or pureed fruit and sugar.
So it's chunky.
It's chunky.
It's chunky.
Uh-huh. Chutney is chopped or pureed fruit, sugar, vinegar, and spices.
To create a savory
Yes.
flavor. But it wouldn't have to be...
Savory. No, you could use like
It
cinnamon.
it wouldn't have to be fruit.
Well,
It says fruit.
this
Would it
says
have to be fruit?
I don't think so, because you can do like other things. I can't think of an example of a not fruit chutney, but there are things.
Okay.
What would be an example
Yeah, sometimes it's
of
ginger.
a not fruit chutney? Sand chutney. Thanks, Jess.
Well,
Tomato chutney.
Okay, I was just... Ginger is not a fruit, right? What is ginger? Ginger doesn't count as a fruit.
Ginger's
right?
like a root.
Yeah.
Tomatoes are culinarily a vegetable, though. Scientifically, they're a fruit.
Okay, well, ginger. Just ginger.
Okay.
Ginger covers that.
Mint
Ginger,
chutney. Thank you. That's one of them I was trying to think of.
That's a good one. Mint. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Preserves are whole fruit or fruit chunks and sugar.
Whole fruit.
Yeah, like, I don't know, blueberries.
God, sorry. It's just... There are things in we use English. There's things in the English language that we don't have words for.
Yeah.
That we should. But we have words for the juice, chopped up fruit, and whole fruit.
Or chunks.
Yeah, that was a chopped up chunks. Yeah. Jelly, jam, and chutney. Which is kind of wild. Or preserves.
Yeah.
Wait, where are we at? Sorry,
Preserves.
can I see this?
No.
What do you mean no? Okay. Yeah. They all got the sugar. All of them have sugar.
Yeah, you need the sugar to make them.
Well, we don't have to read sugar because they all
consistency.
but they all have sugar, so we don't have to read that part. So jelly is juice. Jam is chopped or pureed fruit.
Like, it has seeds in it a lot of the time.
Chutney is chopped or pureed fruit, but also vinegar and spices. Preserves are whole fruit or fruit chunks, but that's jam. Well, no, that's pureed. That's confusing. And then marmalade says whole citrus.
Yes, like an orange marmalade.
So marmalade
is for citrus.
is citrus preserves.
Yes.
Okay. So marmalade can only be citrus.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And compote, which is whole fruit. Okay, so compote just says it's preserves, but they're eaten immediately, so it's not preserved. So it's something that, like, they don't do anything to.
Adrian says, real talk, I want lime marmalade. That sounds excellent. Key lime marmalade. Ooh.
Key lime marmalade?
Yeah. The problem is you need a lot of key limes to do anything key lime.
Yeah.
One of our viewers from Florida sent me this really, really amazing key lime pie recipe.
Wise men bring gold, frankincense, and Tiny Eddie's pureed salty and fudge cocoa bark.
Well, it's pureed, so is it jam?
That's Bits for Cheesehammer says, apparently my dad needs caffeine so badly, he's trying to snort it through his nose. Eddie, do you maybe have a better pick-me-up? Pureed, salty and fudge cocoa bark. Is it... If it's bark, it's...
It's like a thin chocolate.
Yeah, so it's no longer pureed.
That's actual food, but blended up.
Or is it... Wait, hold on. Is the end product bark, or is the end product pureed from bark?
From bark.
Okay, so it's like you take salty and fudge cocoa bark, which actually sounds very delicious. I would eat that.
Fudge cocoa. Fudge and cocoa. Double chocolate.
Yes. Do you know me? Clearly you don't. You take that and then you puree that and you turn it into a drink. So that sounds great. I guess you don't have to drink it. You could put it on a toast. That actually sounds delicious. I would eat that or drink that or spread that onto a bread. Remember for a while on Breakfast Stream, someone had sent in chocolate spread, and I was just having chocolate spread. It wasn't Nutella, but it was Nutella adjacent. I was just putting that on toast. I've put so many things on toast
because
you have. I've also put what was the green stuff?
The green stuff. What?
The pesto. Oh, pesto. Yeah.
Yes.
I put pesto. Pesto on bread works. Because of course it does. You put pesto on a sandwich. It was quite delicious. And anyone who calls me out for it hasn't tried it themselves. It was very good.
Start the new year with our newest snack, Tiny Eddie's Solar Eclipse Toucan Milkshake.
Oh no. That was a bit more turtle. Eddie, how do you make mango pickle? Do you have a special method?
We've had like semi-normal things all day, and then solar eclipse toucan milkshake.
First step: throw out the mangoes, throw out the pickles. You won't be needing them.
You need toucans.
Use a solar eclipse to confuse toucans that you can catch for your milkshake. Harvesting toucans only during solar eclipses is an expensive process. A solar eclipse would actually be a really
easy way to confuse a toucan.
Oh yeah. We did the solar eclipse in whatever year that was, 2017, 2019, 2018, 20 something. Anyway, like when the for the brief time that the solar eclipse happens, like the animals do not understand. Do not understand. So like everything that would start happening at night, like starts happening. Like all of the birds that like stop, all of the daytime birds, they stop singing. All of the nighttime birds are like, cool, all right, we will make our sounds now. It's like everything gets really confused. So yeah, that would be the best time maybe to harvest toucans.
Yeah.
Also, the phrase harvesting toucans is very alarming. Somewhere there are alarms going off at PETA.
Amaya said Chaz is on fire today. Chaz, you feeling better?
Clearly. We got 51 months from Phelps out. 3 Bits More Turtle says, red bean paste feels the same as carbonated water. I expect it to be savory or sweet respectively, and my brain is upset when it's not. Yeah. Yeah, I think that that's a really good comparison too. And that's the same reason that I cannot drink carbonated water. Because it's just, my brain is like, this is supposed to be this specific way, and it's not, and I'm not okay with that. So yeah, I think that's a really good comparison. I also hate I don't know if it counts as savory, but the it's water. You keep it in the fridge sometimes. I don't drink it.
Water.
Special water, fizzy water. It's got a stupid name.
LaCroix?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, sparkling water.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the name of it. I just remembered that it had a fancy, stupid name. LaCroix. That's it.
The brand.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't drink that. Like, I could in a pinch. Like, if I was dying in a desert, like, and someone was like, the only thing we have is fancy stupid water, I'd be like, okay. Like, I could drink it, but like, man, I can't otherwise. Do not like it. Everyone else, I feel, loves it. Like, almost every other friend, I honest to God, like, they love it, they drink it. Our friends in Raleigh, if they go over, they'll drink it. Like, people like it. I don't like it.
Sometimes I just want something carbonated.
So you want the fizz,
Yeah.
but not the sugar.
Yeah.
No.
Tonic has way more sugar than LaCroix.
I mean, LaCroix has, like, almost no calories. Like, a can of LaCroix is, like, 10 calories or whatever, you know? Like, it...
See, I like tonic. Tonic has sugar in it. Seltzer has nothing.
Anyway, 33 months from Juliet 27. We got 300 bits of Mem Tap. It says, what is the best Christmas gift you got as kids, and what is the best Christmas gift you've given someone else? I mean, so on Tuesday we were talking like a little bit about this, and I had mentioned Stretch Armstrong. And that's not necessarily the best gift, because I guess that's real subjective, but like, it was just something that made a long-lasting impression. The best Christmas gifts, honestly, I probably got that left an even bigger impression on me as a person, probably just video game stuff.
Yeah.
You know, because like, I got an NES for a Christmas. Then I got a Super NES for a Christmas. I didn't get N64 for Christmas. I got that for my birthday. I got a GameCube for Christmas. So like all of these things like definitely left lasting impacts.
Yeah. When my dad got Carly and I a PS2 one year, that was a special one.
You didn't get a Genesis for Christmas. It just like came home one day, right?
I think it just came home one day.
Like one day, like your dad was just like, I got this thing.
That's what I feel like happened. I was in
a good
first
day.
grade. So, I don't really remember.
The GameCube specifically, I remember was a really good Christmas. The GameCube came out in November, and then Christmas was a month later, and like, so Smash Melee wasn't a launch title, but it was out like the month after, so it was out in time for Christmas. So that was a really good Christmas, because I remember very specifically sitting on the floor.
Yeah, Satsy, that's kind of it.
I remember sitting on the floor of my grandparents' home and playing Luigi's Mansion, Pikmin, and Smash Melee. Like, those games were all at, like, within the first month of the system coming out. And, like, those are all so, super incredible games, all at the same time. There's just, I don't know, that was really cool. That was really, really cool to,
What's the best gift
all
you've
that.
given someone? I really liked when you gave me the locket.
Oh, I'm glad that you liked that.
The locket was nice.
I don't know what the best gift I've given someone else is. That's a hard question.
Rhonda really liked her gift for Christmas this year.
I
was real proud of it.
That's a hard question for the giver also. You
Yeah.
know, because like the recipient would have opinions about that. I have no idea. I have no idea.
Mr. Squidtopus says, not a Christmas gift, but what about the cruise for your parents?
That's probably the best gift I've ever given anyone.
Yeah. That they enjoyed that so much, and it was special for us for them to do that.
Yeah, I don't know about Christmas specifically.
Boxing Day isn't complete without Tiny Eddie's wedding beer buns.
Wedding beer buns. Thousand Bits from Lavender Cat says, I can't have food this morning because I'm having surgery. What should I eat after I wake up out of anesthesia, Eddie? Wedding beer buns. Well, they have like wedding cookies.
Yeah.
So, why not beer buns?
Boxing Day is a perfect day for a wedding.
I guess beer buns would just be like hamburger buns, but infused with beer that you would have at the wedding. So honestly, Wisconsin. So it actually seems like a very real product. Except it says Boxing Day, so. I really do not like the flavor of beer.
So like beer cheese soup?
Yeah, I really don't. It's very difficult for me because especially like in the Midwest and Wisconsin and stuff, a lot of people do beer cheese soup or just other things that are like flavored with beer, and like I really, really don't like it. Like to the point that like I cannot eat it. I really, really hate it.
Well, you've never drank beer, so.
No, but I've certainly had my fair share of smells. And I also I'm acutely aware of what it tastes like, because depending on how much you put when you're cooking stuff, it really comes out strong, and it's really bad. It's really, really bad. I remember, and it's been years ago. There was a time where you made maybe a soup. I don't know what it was.
Something, yeah.
And it required beer, and like I went and I picked up some beer, and after you made that soup, like. Or whatever it was. I remember, like, I couldn't eat it. I was like, this just tastes awful. It basically ruined food for me. So,
all food forever.
Well, I just, that's why if I'm ever at a restaurant and it's like, oh, we got this, beer cheese with it. I know I'm like, I'm not gonna like that, and I should not try. We get 10 months from Hunting Rangers 123. 3 and for more turtle. It says, I think chewy emeralds are just green gushers, Eddie. I haven't had a gusher in forever.
Those are good.
I don't know that I liked them.
It will hurt your teeth.
I don't know that I liked them when I was younger, but I would give them a shot now.
See, I never liked fruit roll-ups. Like the big ones. But what's the ones that come, like, they're longer?
You never liked fruit roll-ups?
Yeah,
Fruit roll-ups are just gushers, but thin, and with no juice.
No, Fruit by the Foot's the one I don't like. I like fruit roll-ups. Fruit by the Foot was like...
Fruit by the Foot and fruit roll-ups are the same.
They're not.
They're the same thing.
They're not.
Fruit by the Foot is just more fruit roll-up.
Disagree.
What? Show me a picture.
See, these were like the sheets. Fruit roll-ups were like the sheets. And then Fruit by the Foot was different. It was a different consistency. See, they were like the sheets.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I ate
Fruit
both.
by the Foot was like...
I remember being a kid and eating both.
Fruit by the Foot was more like fruit leather. Like, it was like dried. The texture's very... Yeah.
Do they still make these?
Yes. Are you putting both and gushers on the list?
No, I don't want gushers.
What? You just said you wanted them.
I said I might like them in adulthood.
Put them on the list.
No, I'm not buying 3 child snack things.
We can use them for the stream coming up.
We've already announced the stream.
We can do them with the gingerbread houses.
You're gonna, what is it, wallpaper?
Yeah.
It's wallpaper for the houses? Yeah. Oh my god.
Thank you, Chaz. See, the left one
that's a convenient
is
photo.
Fruit roll up, the center one is Gusher, and the right one is Fruit by the Foot. They're different textures.
But you can see, for me, a fruit pleb, that I would assume that Fruit by the Foot and Fruit Roll-Ups are basically the same thing, right?
Disagree. Well,
okay, Fruit Roll-Up. Can't believe I'm putting this on my shopping list. Fruit by the Foot. I have to add new entries because they've never been on our shopping list before. Okay.
Chess says, aside from the shape and flavor, formulas used to make Fruit by the Foot, Gushers, and Fruit Roll-Ups are essentially the same. Disagree. It's so different. Fruit by the Foot is like grainy or something.
Okay, hold on. First thing. When was the last time you ate either one of these?
College.
You ate them in college?
Yes. Because I never had them really as a kid, unless someone traded at lunch.
Sorry, it's not the answer that I expected you to say.
So when I was in college, I was like, oh, I'm an adult. I can buy what I want.
When was the last time I had them? So that's the thing. I haven't had them since, like, elementary school. So, you know, going on probably 30 years ago. It's the last time I had them. But based on Oh, welcome back, Haley. Haley, unprompted. Fruit by the Foot and Fruit Roll-Ups. Are they the same product in different shapes? Just curious about your opinion here. Just curious. Are they the same product, just in different shapes? Because we're not going to talk about Gushers, because that's different. Yeah. Gushers are different.
Yeah.
But Fruit Roll-Ups and Fruit by the Foot. Now, I have seen Fruit Roll-Ups that are more...
Hi, baby.
They're not the... they're not in a box. Fruit by the Foot has more pulp.
Come on. There you go.
Got them.
Hi, Bubbles.
People make fruit leather, right? Like, fruit leather is a thing, and I would agree that fruit leather is different. However, the stuff that comes in the box, is that different? I don't know. I haven't had it in 30 years, but I put it on the shopping list and we'll find out. So Haley is going to be joining us on Sunday for...
We'll taste test and use it on our gingerbread houses.
Haley's going to be joining us on Sunday for gingerbread stream. And if you don't already have plans on Sunday, make plans. And if you have plans on Sunday, cancel them. You're going to be at gingerbread stream. So gingerbread stream is going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern on Sunday. It's going to be Mal, myself, Alex, Haley, and Dan. And we're going to be building gingerbread houses. And apparently putting up fruit roll-up wallpaper or something. I don't know how that's going to work. But be sure to check that out. It's going to be great.
Spirit Tongue, go make Sunday plans and then cancel them.
Do it. Do it to prove a point to the people you're making plans with.
Oh, he's happy.
Tell your cellular smart device to remind you.
Do you see this happy cat?
Oh, he purr.
He's so happy.
You purr. Good boy.
He went to the vet on Monday.
He did go to the vet on Monday.
A normal appointment.
Yeah. Good boy.
Oh, I never did get another email back from them. I should email them.
A sweet boy. Is anything coming up with Kep?
He has an appointment in January. He has a tooth that they're a little concerned about. They want to check and then possibly pull.
Yeah. Might get a tooth pulled.
Yeah.
But that's it otherwise, I believe. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, he's doing good.
Yeah.
That's good. We got 300 bits more. Turtle says, inject the coffee into my brain, yeah? That's what Chaz tried to do. Right in.
Into
Right
your
up,
brain.
Right up there. 300 bits from Will Peters, who says, like Jimmy Pesto. Well, I mean, you don't eat Jimmy Pesto. You eat pesto. Not Jimmy Pesto. Also, I don't know if we've said, but we've been watching Bob's Burgers. That's been the show that we've been watching for the past few months. There's a lot to it. We didn't realize there was so much of it. We're in season 8.
And there's a movie.
Eventually, there's a movie. Yeah, it's really well written. It's a really well written, funny show that has really strong characters. Some seasons are better than others, but like most of them have been very, very strong, especially the early stuff. And also very, very high production values with music. Every episode ends up being like having like musical elements, so it's really, really good. It's true. Tonight we get to watch the best Christmas movie ever. What Haley's trying to do is to allow my heart to grow larger. Die Hard. Die Hard would probably be my answer. Christmas Vacation. Ooh. I would tie Die Hard and Christmas Vacation for my favorite Christmas movies, maybe. God, they're both wonderful.
He's purring so loud.
Yeah, they're probably about the same. No, we're watching the Muppets Christmas Carol. So, thank you, Haley. Reorganize my living room so my heart can grow larger. Oh yeah, Home Alone 2. What the heck? How did I leave Home Alone 2 out of this? All right, I'm going to Home Alone 2 has got to win. Home Alone 2, and then I'll put Die Hard and Christmas Vacation.
I'm trying to get you
side by
coffee.
Side. Home Alone 2 only wins because I've seen it 100 times. It's in my heart. Oh, and we did something else yesterday. Let me get through alerts again, and I'll talk a little bit about what happened last night, because we did a thing last night.
Oh, yeah.
46 months from Kazayumi, 51 months from the Phantom SVT, 35 months from the Thunder Striker. 300 bits from Shy says, the talk about beer flavoring unearthed an old memory. At Easter, my uncle was standing over the lamb we slow roast on a spit and lightly basting it with the beer he was actively drinking. I thought it was funny. I mean, you can, you can do that. I'm sure that's probably a bit of a thing, depending on the specific environment. Then that wouldn't weird me out. That would be fine. But I also just don't really like. I've had some beer things that are fine, but I presume that the ones that I find fine versus the ones that I find not fine are the amount used. If it's a small amount used, then it might be okay. And if it's more, then I very quickly start to not want to be involved. We had 18 months from Spark Corgi. Thank you. Let me tell you about the thing that we did yesterday, because we did a thing. So, a few months ago? I don't know when it was. Maybe August? My dad sent me a message, and he said, hey, I was listening to the radio, and they had a contest for, like a call-in contest for tickets to Trans-Siberian Orchestra. And I won. And the tickets are for Raleigh in December. So, it's 2 tickets. I'd love for you and Mal to go. And I was like, oh, cool. That'd be great. Sure. So that was yesterday. And Mal and I actually went and saw Trans-Siberian Orchestra last night. And it was a show. It was a capital S show. There's a ton of people.
Yeah,
involved.
It was at the PNC, which is where the Canes play.
It was at PNC.
It was huge arena. Oh my god.
It was at PNC. It was quite an experience getting there and getting into the arena and the parking lot and everything. Just because, like, it was interesting. There was no signage up.
Yeah.
Like, you figured it out, right? Because there's just an incredibly long, like, line of cars that are extended on a street that are, practically stopped because they're trying to get into the thing. But there was multiple entrances, and there was no signage up for that. So I just, I got in line with the cars, and it took a long time, but eventually we got into the parking lot. Parking was $35, which was fine. The tickets were free, but also, like, that's a very expensive.
That's a lot of money.
It's a lot of money
for all those cars.
Yeah, like I was trying to do the math on it. I was like, man, how many cars fits in this parking lot? Like, because PNC is raking money hand over fist for parking. $35 is the most I've ever paid to park anywhere for anything. Iron Girl laughs in Chicago. That's a lot. It's a lot. $35 is a lot. But again, it was free. The tickets were free. So, but yeah, it was quite a concert. And like, the tickets were free. They were in...
Haley says, we offered to drive you. Yeah, but then you would have been in the mess that was that traffic.
Yeah, trust me. I'm glad that we did it the way that we did it, honestly. And we left just a little bit early because it took so long to get in there. And I was thinking, oh my God, when several thousand people want to leave this, it's going to take us hours to leave. So we left just a little bit early, and no one else was leaving when we left, and we got out of there easy.
Yeah.
So that was, I think, the smartest thing to do, because the concert is like still going on, and they still have like, just a few more songs left, and we were like, let's go now, so we can get out of the parking lot. So we did. So we got up and we left, and when we got in the car, no one else was around, and I was like, all right, this was really smart, because honest to God, I bet it would have taken us 90 minutes to leave the parking lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was But the show itself was great. It is very much
a light show.
It's very much a light show. Like the stage production stuff and including the light stuff in that is as big a deal to the show as the music. In fact, I would actually say it's a bigger deal.
Yeah.
And the reason I say that is because, like, the music is the music that you know. Like, to an extent, everyone knows Trans-Siberian Orchestra. Everyone knows, like, Carol of the Bells. Probably their most famous song, I would say. Almost.
I mean, it's not their song, but yeah. Their cover of it, yeah.
Obviously, they did not create Carol of the Bells. But, like, that's probably their most famous song. And, like, they played that. And it sounds basically identical to the album version. So, like, you are experiencing that, but you're also getting all the light stuff, right? And that's the part that I think was more interesting. Because our seats, since they were free tickets, were basically, like, nosebleed seats in the top balcony.
Oh, we were so high up.
It was freaking out Mal a lot. Yeah. So we're, like, super, super far away, and the individual performers are like little ants with the guitars. But that actually didn't matter. And for something like Trans-Siberian Orchestra, being further away actually seemed better to me, because the lights are filling the entire hockey stadium.
I think being in the second tier, because we were up in the third tier.
It's because you were afraid.
I was afraid, but then because they were projecting the lasers onto the LCD screens that were in between each of the 3 tiers. Yeah. So if you were in the center, they'd be like above and below you.
Yeah.
That would have been neat.
Anyway, if you go see Trans-Siberian Orchestra or anything where, like, the lights are and lasers and stuff are very much a part of the show, I would actually say to sit further away to an extent. Like, pay less money and sit further away so you can actually experience more of that. Because there were folks like down on the floor seating, because we were just super, like, we obviously we get the tickets for free, but we were just like super curious like what the tickets were. And down on the floor seating stuff, it was really, really, really expensive. And those people that were sitting down there, like, they are missing a lot of the stuff. And if you're sitting real close, you're only seeing like part of the stage, right? So like, I would say almost to try and sit further back so you can experience more of that. Because seeing all the lasers and stuff going, the coolest part of the show for me was that there are so many lights and so many like additional little like they have entire fixtures of lights that are on things that like rotate and move and do all of this stuff, but like every single tiny thing is timed to music. Every single light. So like, you know, when things are happening, like, it's like every little thing is happening. So like there's so much effort that goes into that, you know, production side. That was the best part. The music is great, but it is, you know, it wasn't super different than like listening to the music at home, but like being in a stadium of all of those people and then having the lights and stuff and the lasers like shoot up to, that was really cool. I really liked that. So that is something that you cannot get at home unless
I'm gonna stay next to the light switch for you.
And then you have like a laser pointer. Trans-Siberian Orchestra, we have that at home.
Also, we brought earplugs. So worth it, oh my god.
Oh yeah, please Jesus. Haley would be very proud of us for that. But make sure if you go to a concert you take earplugs. Do it. It does not affect your ability to hear the music. You hear it just fine, and you
I actually
don't
feel
lose
like
your hearing.
we didn't hear the people around us because of it, and I could focus on the music because I could hear the music, but like the people around us kind of faded out.
Yeah,
and it was good.
And it's the other thing that's interesting about using earplugs is that like your body kind of gets used to it within like a song or two, and then when you leave, like when we walked out. This was just, you know, with the earplugs, that's just like, my body, it was like, this is just what your hearing sounds like. And when you take the earplugs out, it's like, all of a sudden you're like, what? This is what everything sounds like?
I had to adjust one early on, so I had to take it out, and it was so loud.
Yeah. Did it plug it? Yeah. Yeah, so that's kind of one of the cool things about being in a stadium full of, like, several thousand people is like they're not even going to attempt to stop you from like filming anything. So I don't know if I'll be able to use the audio from it because again what they played is so similar to like the album version that it would be in Content ID. I'm sure I could show some video clips of it so people could at least see kind of the lights to it. But yeah, that'll be on the blog just a little bit. But yeah, it was cool. It was cool. Trans-Siberian Orchestra is definitely the type of thing that I would not go to on my own. Like, it's not something that if it came into town, I'd be like, oh man, Trans-Siberian Orchestra. But getting free tickets, I'm like, oh yeah, I'll go see that, sure. And having went, I was like, that was neat.
Yeah.
That's really neat. So, thanks, Dad. Thanks, Dad. The most interesting part of this entire story is people learning that there are still radio contests, or maybe that there is still radio. Vagabond gifted a sub to Malier. We got 19 months from Ken to Queen. 300 bits from K-Reef says, when we went a few years back, there was pyrotechnics. We were very close to them. It was intense. Yeah, there was at least one song.
The head song, yeah.
And there was like, fire, 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 fire. But, you know, we were so far away. Because I was wondering if we would feel the heat, and it was too far.
Yeah.
It was too far. We got 300 bits from Geosci Bree, who says, so I may have missed it, but why do you hate Christmas, Stephen? You know, you'd have to ask Haley. You'd have to ask Haley that. I think Haley is probably the only person, actually, who could answer that question. because I too would love to know. I too would love to know why I hate Christmas. It'd be really interesting to me. Yeah, my dad listens to the radio fairly consistently and actually wins. Usually he wins like concert tickets and stuff. Like I would say several times a year. There's a lot of times, most of the times they're in Myrtle Beach, but like he and my mom will end up going to a concert or something. Like they'll be like, oh, we're at so and so tonight. Dad won tickets. Like that happens a lot. And that's actually been a thing ever since I was a kid. Like my dad always listened to the radio, always called in, always was consistently winning things on the radio. So he loves it. He loves it. He makes Mal hide a Christmas tree in her office.
I don't want to see the Christmas tree. Hide it from my eyes.
That's what I say every morning when I wake up. It's true. It's completely true. Completely true.
Complete true.
Complete. Everything that Haley says, completely
true.
See? Hates it. Yep. I mean... Oh my god. It's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Is it a Christmas-hating pirate? What?
I don't like Christmas. I don't like Christmas because it gave me this hook hand.
Maybe you're gonna have 3 ghosts visit you tonight.
Davy Jones.
Blackbeard.
I'm Blackbeard.
Oh, you are?
So not me, unless it's there's another Blackbeard. Davy Jones' brother, Bobby Jones, and Carol. Carol from down at the bank. Passed away. God bless her soul.
The ghost of StephenVOD, past, present, and future.
Haley says, I'll visit you in your nightmares. That is maybe the most horrifying thing I've ever read in my entire life.
But for real though, like Haley and Alex could sneak in and like wake you up at night.
Do you know how scary it would be? Do you know how scary it would be to wake up in the middle of the night and someone is hovering over you?
Lit from the bottom.
Like that,
Hey,
that could create trauma. That would be very, because like your brain has to process. Oh my God. No, read that. Read that.
It's a text from Steven's mom. What did we do to cause you to hate Christmas? I thought you always loved Christmas.
Haley, what have you done?
It's dark in that closet.
Oh my God. We have 8 months from Zarmak821. 3 months from Haste the Day 86. 3 from Will Peters who says your pirate name would be No Beard.
Arr! It's me, No Beard.
That's a good name. Let's Haley, yeah. Really, Haley is the hero of this story. Haley is trying to restore my love for Christmas, which she's hoping to accomplish. No Beard Fleshlicks chat. Which she's hoping to accomplish maybe tonight with the Muppets Christmas Carol film.
Yeah.
And well, that's a very specific, her Christmas party.
Yeah.
Haley's having a Christmas party tonight, and she is the hero of this story. She alone will be working hard to fill me with Christmas joy and change my entire perception of Christmas. Yeah, that's what's happening. And by
Sorry, I just remembered a thing I have to do before the party besides pick up my appetizer stuff.
By Tuesday, I will be filled with Christmas cheer. I need to show him what will happen if he keeps on this Christmas hating path. We never beans, so have some beans. These beans are almost fresh. Almost fresh. I know what you're saying. You're saying, but we're halfway into December. Shouldn't the beans be fresh by now? Yeah, they should. It's been a it's been a long December, and there's reason to believe.
Maybe the beans will be fresh.
Sure, next week.
Coffee.
Dan said he's making sugar cookies. Dan, what kind? Like shape cutout cookies, or like the kind with the pictures inside?
Beans will be fresh finally next week because the December vlogs will be out because the last November vlog will be out in 4 minutes. And then I will be moving into December. It's fine. There's been a lot going on, and it's fine. So stay on the lookout for that. We had 3 bits from War Turtle, who says all the Muppets will be singing about Grandpa as he walks around. I really hope that there's at least one part of Haley's party that is dedicated to helping me love Christmas. And I can't wait. I can't wait.
Your mom says, I sure hope she can turn you around, or I guess I'll just take down the tree.
Haley now drastically affecting my entire holiday. It's fine. It's totally fine.
Dan says he couldn't find any Christmas cookies at Food Line or Publix.
I just saw them.
Yeah, where were we? Harris Teeter?
No, we were at Publix.
The other Publix.
Yeah, I mean there's multiple Publix. Yeah, we just saw some. Sorry. Things that are happening today. Let me tell you about things that are happening today. First things first, there is a vlog in 2 to 3 minutes. 2 minutes. 2 minutes as of right now. So check that out. It's the end of November, so that's done. Tomorrow night, Alex and Haley will be here because we are going to be continuing through Overcooked. Most likely.
Yeah.
Most likely. We might, I guess there's always like a small chance we could play a different 4-player game, but I believe that we're probably going to be doing Overcooked, so stay tuned for Overcooked. On Sunday at 11 a.m. Eastern, we will be doing Gingerbread House stream. Alex, Haley, and Dan will be joining us for that. We get a bunch of gingerbread kits. I'm sure most folks will probably be building the kit. I will be sawing things apart to create whatever the hell I want. I don't know what it'll be quite yet.
We need to pick up decorations too.
We have to pick up fruit roll-ups.
And other stuff, like, I don't know.
Oh my god.
M&Ms.
The fruit roll-ups are the wallpaper. The fruit by the foot is like the trim that you put.
Like the soffit?
The what?
Trim.
Like the edging? It goes around it, you know what I mean? I don't know. Haley says, why on earth do you think I'm the kind of person who would follow Kit? I did not mention you by name. I just said, I'm sure that most would be following the Kit. I did not say you. Because I said most to very specifically not include you, because I knew you would not.
Adjust glasses. If I had a little more time, I was gonna like bake my own to do like, I don't know, some mid-century modern thing with like a big cantilever roof or something.
I mean, if we find another kit or two before Sunday, we might pick it up just so we can cannibalize them for parts. And we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Maybe next year I'll bake my own and have a big plan.
Maybe. 300 from War Turtle says, there goes the tall man, there goes Captain No Beard. With me, what song is that? What song is that? There goes the tall man, there goes Captain No Beard. I don't know what the tune is. There's music notes, so it's to a song. I don't know what it's supposed to be. What? You tell me. You'll hear the tune tonight. It's a Christmas song? The opening song to Muppets Christmas Carol? There goes the tall man. There goes Captain No Beard. I bet I nailed it. I bet that's exactly what it sounds like. I think the Muppets Christmas Carol, the whole vibe is like upbeat lounge singer.
We got Gonzo. He playing the saxophone. Do 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 do.
And we got Fozzie. He plays the triangle. That's the whole nail.
Kepler.
The whole.
Did he
whole
wake
thing.
you up?
No, it is not. I don't know the other characters. Ratso.
Ratso.
Rizzo. Lizzo.
Lizzo. Yes.
I don't remember the names. Anyway, that's it for today. Thank you so much for joining us. Stop this. In a minute, I won't be allowed in Haley's party. He'll be like, nah, you just stay home.
Haley, can I still come? I'm still invited to the party.
I'm not uninvited yet. Just soon. Thank y'all. Have a wonderful, wonderful Thursday. We'll see you, I'm hoping, tomorrow night. Tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, a little before maybe, for the continuation. Big sigh. Continuation of Overcooked. See you then. Are pickles dead? 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 Are the pickles dead? Or are they alive in the jar? I do not know. Are the pickles dead? I'm not sure. Are the pickles dead? I'm not sure. Are pickles dead? Are pickles dead? Are pickles dead? Are pickles dead?